Colleges are the biggest scams because at the end of the day, they are what? They're businesses. Majority of them are for-profit businesses. They bring these kids into a 4-year program, and 99% of the shit they teach you in these institutions, you never ever are going to apply in life again. Only really thing it teaches you is a little bit of structure and discipline, which if you're good enough, you can get outside of the school system. Students come in with hopes or dreams of establishing some type of career, and then put them through this 4-year ringer, some 5 years, and make them take a bunch of GCs and these random classes about garbage they will never ever use again. The Pythagorean theorem and the quadratic formula and proofs and this and that. Nobody gives a fuck. You're never going to apply this stuff again. At the end of the day, school is to help people to try and get jobs. An attempt is to create employees. That's what school is made for, to create employees. And now in this economy, 2024, when you have hundreds of thousands, if not million plus, maybe kids graduating into this economy and applying to try to get maybe a couple thousand jobs, the math doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It's never added up, ever. But the schools don't really give a fuck about that. They don't care. They make it look like it's a prestigious place to go to, and you apply and get grades in high school, get your ACT, SAT score up, and then maybe get a chance to go to one of these schools. I went to the Ohio State University, accounting finance major. I did really well, studied my butt off, but back then, I mean, I just didn't have any friends or family or anybody around me that were entrepreneurs. I don't know what entrepreneur even meant, right? But looking back, it's one of the biggest wasted times. If you have people, friends and family that have content on YouTube, podcasts that you can listen to change your mind, listen to it. Because it's one of the biggest wastes of money. And then you get people who graduate and they try to get their master's, and that's not enough. They want to become lifelong students. They try to get their PhD in additional education. I know people with hundreds of thousands of debt that can't even find a job. What kind of ROI is that? The only people benefiting from this are the schools themselves and the loan companies. Unless you have a full ride and somebody else is paying for it, it's completely fucking useless. Even in that case, if somebody else is paying for it, you're still wasting something much more important, is your time and your life that you never ever will get back. If you have enough discipline, if you're studious enough, you can spend time reading on your own. I spent way more time learning on my own, reading books and listening to podcasts and just being around the right people in the right rooms to gain all the knowledge I've needed to generate millions of dollars in the stuff I do, whether it's digital, e-commerce, or crypto, self-learning and being around the right people. So I'm able to tap on people's shoulder around me and learn things from them, get access to things, walk into the right rooms, pay for networking events. Networking events and books and podcasts, that's all you really need. And then also, you just need discipline, sit down and be able to absorb information. Unless you are going to school to become a doctor, you're super specialized, or a lawyer, even that is a lot of bullshit, right? The 4-year degree at a college institution is bullshit. You can skip all that stuff, go straight to the next school, like the specialization school you go to become a dentist, a lawyer, or any other thing. You don't need that. You can self-teach a lot of things. People want to go to school and then pay these astronomical fees just to come out and maybe get a job. I don't know, people all types of majors graduating and they can't find jobs. Super smart kids, or they have to settle for jobs in companies they don't like and they get pigeonholed into these different positions. It's a fucking scam. School's making a lot of money. These companies like Sallie Mae, who will give out these student loans to people to finance education, are making a lot of money. And school debt is one of the only types of debt that's unforgivable unless you fucking die. The only way you can get out student debt that you're to pay off is if you die. A lot of people can't afford to pay for that debt, or they come out with jobs that is able to barely make the loan payments for the debt they owe back to the school. The ROI doesn't add up. Like the return on investment does not add up. It's one of the biggest scams that's been created and normalized by society since the dawn of time. It's been so normalized that people are so indoctrinated and they're so programmed to think that you need to go to this institution to teach you how to succeed in life. So it's a fallacy. It's a fallacy. We're creating something called Wealth Equity Club, which is an anti-school system to teach people skills through content and community and networking that if they were to replace the entire college curriculum with the content we're creating, they wouldn't need school. Imagine making $1,000 a day. Imagine making $1,000 a day with crypto or stocks or Shopify or Amazon or TikTok shops or influencer marketing or creating Facebook, YouTube videos. There's so many ways, AI, for example, there's so many ways you can create wealth just through the technology you have around you. When I was young, I didn't have this technology, but this 2024, like the people in this day and age, this era, this year, this time frame have access to so much fucking technology and so much information they can take advantage of that people didn't 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Only thing stopping people is a laziness. So if you need to go to school to unhinge your laziness because you're just fucking lazy, you need somebody to tell you what to do and have some structure, then yeah, go ahead and dish out your 15, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 a year for a financial institution so you can sit there and go to classes that you don't fucking need, will never ever use again, and then graduate in hopes in getting a job. If math doesn't add up, hundreds of thousands of kids graduating, millions for a couple thousand jobs. How many applicants are going to be for every position? There's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, applicants for those a few positions. They're going to find somebody who's super cheap and hardworking, super employee-minded that will settle and give them that position and just work that person, put them in a hamster wheel, and just wring that person out. Yes, boss. Hey, boss. Yes, you can come in at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and work till 5, 6, 7 a.m., and you get paid the same salary. And then you can take 2 vacations per year. That's what school lines you up for, to get you a job so you can work 8 to 9 p.m. and be somebody else's bitch and just get by paycheck to paycheck. And that paycheck, when you get paid, the W-2, 30% is almost taken out, given to the government, the federal and state, and in city, depending on where you live, right? So 30% of your paycheck is gone. Then you go grocery shopping, you have to pay your rent. Then the sales tax, also, when you buy groceries and things like that too, there's another, depending on the state, anywhere from 7 to 10 to 12%, depending on where you live. So you're getting screwed by the federal wages, the state taxes, getting screwed from the consumer side. Then you have debt you have to pay off, the student loans, plus principal for interest, you're getting screwed from that side too. So what's left is to just live a mediocre life. The job provided you a mediocre income, and then you have to work your butt off. And it's a dog-eat-dog world where you compete against other people who are in the same position as you, and you're trying to climb this corporate ladder. And then maybe after 1 year, if you work hard enough, they'll give you a raise. They'll give you extra 5, 10 PTO, pay time off hours that you can use to do what you want. It's freaking madness. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. Here's some of the student loan companies, top student loan companies. Look at Sallie Mae, Ascent, College Avenue. Covers up to 100% of your school costs, 3.5%, 9 APR. Look at this, Sallie Mae, oh my God. They're 3 to 15.49% APR. Multiple repayment options. They paint it in such a way, like school is such a beautiful thing, right? You need it. You need to graduate. And I'm Muslim. I came from a brown household. And we were taught to go to school, work hard and get your straight A's and become an engineer and a lawyer and this. But I've been fired from every job since I was 14 years old. I was a top performer every position I did because I always perform. I have strong discipline. I have strong work ethic. But I just hated the fact that somebody else was controlling my time and then capping my salary at this much. And I have to work this much hours and then get to this level. We'll give you $5 raise when you get to this level. We'll give you a $10,000 raise. A $5,000 raise, $10,000 raise after all the taxes and everything, it's not that much in the entire year. What is it extra for you? Let's say you get a $5,000 raise, $10,000 on a paycheck or on your salary. On your every biweekly paycheck after taxes, it's maybe like $100, $200, a couple $100 maximum if you're fucking lucky. It's a scam. It's the biggest bullshit that's been normalized by society, and so many sheep out there that have no idea what's going on. And it's just to systemize you and box you into thinking that you need that. Granted, we need people flipping burgers We need people mowing the lawns. We need people who are told ABC what to do and they're okay with that, or comfortable with that. That's fine. There's other people that don't like that. And there's other people that don't like it, but they complain about it, but they don't do anything about it. I mean, if you're complaining about it and you're gonna do anything about it, then that's all on you. You have enough stuff on the internet. You got YouTube, you got udemy.com, there's course creators. You can consume a lot of content. So you guys have to snap out of this, right? You have to snap out. There's cracks in the system now, especially during COVID. What happened? Even the top Ivy League schools, the Harvards, the Whartons, University of Pennsylvania, Stanford, Columbia, NYU, all these schools, you couldn't have in-person classes because the stuff was shut down for almost a year and a half, 2 years. So everybody's doing Zoom classes. You're like, we're paying $30, $40, $50,000 for these Zoom classes. And they saw what was happening and was like, this is very subpar. I'm having my kids pay for this. So like the education system is being challenged. And I just hope, I pray and hope that more people open their eyes on how much of a big scam it is, the entire collegiate system, that people are so programmed to get into. It's completely wrong path. You need to have divergent thinking that allows you to think outside of the box. That's the only way you can escape the rat race, because if you were not born rich, I was not born rich, I was born poor into a family of employees and people that were trying to struggle. And I just knew there was something better in life than the position I was in and the position I saw my parents in, that I was able to escape it and get out and learn the skills where I was able to make tons of money, tens of millions of dollars online with e-commerce and crypto and invest into other things. And my hope and my goal is to teach you guys. Hope you guys feel my energy. Hope you guys resonate with me, to teach you guys that you guys can do it too. I believe in you and I trust you guys. I hope you hear my message, and I will see you guys on the next video.